Hello, wealthy women. I am truly so excited to bring you my newest interview with such a beautiful and phenomenal woman who is on such a beautiful path now with her work and how she wants to help and to serve. I know that you're going to get so much inspiration out of this. And so rather than me continue talking, let me pass it over to Elizabeth now, and she can tell you all about who she is, what her work is about, where you can find her. And then after that, we'll have our fun with our success questions. So, Elizabeth, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much. I feel so blessed to be here today. I am passionate about helping people who feel lost, feel like there's no hope, no way out from being stuck due to daily challenges and stresses that they're faced with on a daily basis. 23 years ago, I was severely injured in a car accident where I had to rediscover who I was because I was no longer that same 14-year-old girl. After my recovery, going through my recovery, I was lost so many times. I felt stuck. I had no hope. I wanted to end it all. I had wished I had died in a car accident. But God was always the voice in my heart saying, I have a plan for you. You can't stop. You have to keep going. It was through the process of me learning to continue and push myself to keep fighting each day because I knew I had a purpose that I was able to discover and develop strategies that would help me to become stronger each day with each challenge that I faced. Strategies that would build my confidence over the years, strategies that would help me to become the independent, resilient woman that I am today. I've discovered these strategies, and now I am creating a course called the Peace Program where I can help others to learn these strategies. It's a 30-day course. 30 days is the perfect time frame for you to be able to build new habits that can help you to regain your confidence, regain your life, find peace and freedom. That's exactly what these strategies have done for me. I've continued to be faced with obstacles and challenges so many times over the last 23 years of my life that I honestly wouldn't have been able to get through had I not had developed these strategies and learned how to use them on a daily basis. That is what I'm so passionate about sharing with others. You can visit elizabethinspires.com or you can scan my QR code to get the free strategy download that I have off from my website to just get a taste of how I can help. I am so passionate about helping others to make sure that they know that they are not alone. Everyone deals with struggles. This world is always changing. And unfortunately, that isn't ever going to stop. So the daily challenges and struggles and stresses that you face every day, they're not going to go anywhere. In fact, I feel like they become more and more as I get older and older. I'm dealing with more of them. But with the strategies that I've discovered and I've been able to hone in on and get them to where they are habit and I go to them every day, just like that, is amazing. It's brought me peace and freedom. And now I feel so blessed to be able to share and teach these to others.
Oh, Elizabeth, this is just the most beautiful, inspirational journey that you have been on. It really is so full in my heart that you really have just come to the other side of it and you were divinely directed to do so, but you followed that call and you figured it out and you decided that you are going to find a way to put pieces in place that would always serve you, no matter what the situation is. And these, the way that I know that you can help others because you have been there through so much and have come to this place of just pure, joyful, inspiring gratefulness, powerful, empowered self that you are now. I I mean, it's just beautiful. And there are so many people out there with, typically a lot lesser situations that kind of flatten them. And when they hear your story, it's sort of like, no, we cannot let this get you down. We can now rise up and meet what is and make it better. And I love that you have a tool chest in place for this, because it is so true. The strategies that you teach and the fact that anybody can learn them in 30 days, that's correct, right? It's like a habit is a 21-day process, so you add a little bit extra on it and you're good. And then you have this daily routine, or this daily thing or weekly thing, whatever it is that you need to go back to build your strength back. I just think it's fantastic that you turned something that you had to go through and you found your way. And now the desire is in your heart to help others. And I know a lot of us female entrepreneurs, it tends to go in this direction. Many success stories that I have heard, including my own, had to do with basically falling down in some way where we were hurt. And it took a while to get out of that pain cycle and pull ourselves up. When we were able to pull ourselves up and figure it out and march forward, then we're like, oh wow, okay, I don't want someone else to have to suffer. Like, I can help them now because I learned it. And we create these beautiful, I feel very God-based businesses that are here to serve. And we never lose our enthusiasm or joy for them because they're coming from such a beautiful, heartfelt, authentic place in us. We just want to make others happy, right? And yes, our businesses can be successful. We can make money from our businesses. We can have offers, all the things that relate to the business. However, on the deeper level, we just want to share, right? And it's a beautiful way to run a business, don't you think? There's like nothing else like it.
Exactly. I have been so blessed over the years of me being able to share my story and a few of my strategies that will help others who feel lost and feel like they can't keep going. And every single person that I'm able to help is such a blessing to me. In fact, all the struggles that I have been faced with, if I could go back and change any of it, I wouldn't, because where I am right now is so much more rewarding than what my life would have ever been had I not dealt with and learned how to get through my struggles.
Oh, beautiful, Elizabeth. That is absolutely beautiful. And I am so glad that you're here to share with the world your beautiful work. And, it's one of the most beautiful stories and success stories and business stories and helpful service stories I know. And I am really honored that you're here sharing it with me. And let's talk about your 30-day program just a little bit more. So someone gets in touch with you. Let's say they're struggling with, it can be anything. What can they expect? Just a little overview. Of course, they can go to your website, learn more. But if you had to give an idea of what that looks like for them, for that 30-day program that you're speaking about.
Well, I am still in the creation process, so it's going to be a week or two before it's up on my website.
That's okay.
But
We have time.
but I'm going to focus on the first strategy that helped me with overcoming. That will be the first week and first few days, we will take it down into small chunks, because as you begin adding new routines, new habits, I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. So we just take a little piece at a time and start adding it in and building on that. And
Yes,
some people in the course may be able to move along a little bit faster than others, but you do it at your pace,
I love
building
that.
in what you can.
I love that. I love that you are going to basically be meeting people where they are, letting them learn it in the way they need, catch up as they need to, and go forward. And I love the idea of the not overwhelming, because I think that's one of the biggest things we tend to all kind of get into trouble with. We desire so much to improve, and sometimes we just bring a whole thing onto ourselves, and we have the best of intentions, and we don't know where to start, where to finish. We have to restart because we got lost somewhere along the way. And really, one of the best business practices, let alone life practices, is to simplify, do one thing at a time, master the one thing before you consider going into all different directions. Whether it's, how many social media platforms should I post on? Choose your first favorite, maybe two, and then master them and then go on. If it's fitness, focus on one, key part that you want to work on first and build it up. Let yourself catch up to the change, right? So that change becomes enjoyable and sticks. So yeah, I love this. Okay, so I think we're going to go into our success questions, and then, just share what comes naturally to you when I ask some of these fun questions. And don't mind, I have to put my little glasses on because uh the eyes are a little bit not as good as they used to be. So let's see. I would say, if you could choose only one answer from building your business, what is the number one way it has empowered you, and why would you encourage other women to consider creating their own business as well?
How it has empowered me. Uh, my ability to help others. That's where my heart is. That was the voice that I had in my heart telling me that I couldn't stop, because I knew that part of my purpose was I was going to have people cross my path that I needed to be able to help. So that empowers me, that rewards me. Every person that is placed in my life, they're there for a reason. Some are lessons, some are people I need to help, and then some are people that are brought into my life because they have some experience and can help me to get where I need to be.
Yes.
But every individual that I'm able to help rewards me, that empowers me, and just helps build my confidence, letting me know that I'm on the right track and I have to keep pushing forward despite any obstacles that I may face.
I really love that. And I love what you especially said about people are counting on you, right? Like, so if you don't show up, you can't serve them. And this is one of the go-tos that I also experienced. For example, I'll even ask you how you got through one of these things that tends to scare women business owners, especially in the beginning, is the idea of going on camera, sharing their offers, getting their message out, because sometimes they feel like they're having imposter syndrome, or they're just too shy to get on camera. And really, one of the very quickest ways to get out of your own way is, does your product help others? And they'll say, of course. Well, then you need to help others. It's not about you. It's about you showing up so you can serve. And so if you and we get it, we all understand it. But if we allow ourselves to hide because we're camera shy, or we feel like we're not educated enough yet with what we're offering and charging for, then we are literally taking away opportunities from people that need us. And so this to me is a beautiful way to get over any fear, because then it's easy. All of a sudden, it's not about you. You realize that you have a service. And because we love to give and nurture and help, this comes very easily for women, especially, right? We just want to help and share and nurture and make someone else's life better. And so I love that. Yeah, I love that. So that's really a beautiful way to say about empowering. And I would say that's a great response for why other women should open their own businesses too, for this exact reason, right? Yeah.
Right. I've learned that whatever is on your heart, what you desire, you have everything within you to make it a reality, but you can't stop. It's not going to be easy. Nothing worth doing ever comes easy. You're going to have to
Right.
push through. You're going to have to fight, and you just can't give up. But I
I
know
love,
that you can make it happen.
yes. And I love that you just said that, because you and I really do speak the same language, because this is quite often something I say over and over and over again. If the desire is in your heart, it is meant for you. It's
Yes.
yours. And it is, you don't have to doubt it. You don't have to question it. You don't have to go back and forth. If it feels right, that's all you need to know. The how you will get there, when you will get there, that's all a big question mark, and that's okay. It's about the journey anyway. Enjoy it. Just keep moving forward. This is literally, I say this almost every time I'm on camera. And I think that's important, because whatever is in your heart is meant for you. Because let's, for example, say that, you want to be a female women money mindset coach, sort of like I am. Well, I didn't have the desire in my heart to necessarily be an accountant or a lawyer. If that was my real desire, it would be in my heart, and then I would know, okay, that's what I have to go for. It just didn't show up for me. It's great career for somebody else. For me, it didn't work. For me, it was something else. And so you have to understand that those desires can be trusted, or else you would have desires, you would never have anything that didn't belong to you. So I love that you say that, because a lot of the times it's like, oh, what should I do? What's my purpose in life? So let's get to that. Actually, there are women out there that are confused. What is my purpose in life? What am I supposed to be doing for my occupation, my work in the world? If there is a lack of clarity that they really do feel, they can't get in touch with it. Do you have any suggestions of how they might try to find that answer?
For me, I didn't ever have any idea what my purpose was in the beginning. I knew I had a purpose. I knew that it had something to do with helping others, but I didn't know how. So I prayed. I prayed and I asked for clarity, asked for wisdom, asked for knowledge. Now, I did learn that even though I wanted it in my time,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much better in God's time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I had to keep pushing, and it may be 3 months, 6 months, a year or two down the road, all of a sudden a door would open that it just clicked. Thank you, God. That's the answer I was looking for. And I can tell you, don't let fear stop you. Um, Me walking through the doors that he opened with faith and trust, both in him and believing in myself and knowing that I can make it happen, I've been rewarded so much greater than I ever could have dreamt or imagined.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Okay, I love this, and I also agree with you. Go walk in nature, sit on your meditation pillow, talk to God, write in your journal,
Yes.
be grateful. Write down what are all your favorite joyful things that you love to do in life, from the simplest things to the more complex, and see if you can find a thread where there's something that they can be turned into something. I truly feel we do not have to go through this life experience working at jobs we just can't wait to get through, to collect a paycheck so we can pay our bills and continue in this madness. This life is a gift, and it is our responsibility we pay for that gift by showing our joy, by being of service. The more joy and happiness we have naturally, it's a way of saying it's the best kind of thank you you can give. That's my feeling. So um it's okay for you to be joyful and happy. It's okay for it to be easy. Some people, they'll get into their passion business and it'll just run smoothly. The money will come, the people will come, the circumstances will come, and they start to doubt it. How can it be this easy? Be this easy? And then maybe even some self-sabotage comes in at this point because it was never this easy before. How come it's so easy now? What's going on? Well, this is flow. This is you in flow. This is you doing it. And it doesn't mean it shows up right away just because, like we just said, the when and the how, and, how it will evolve. But typically, if you're on your purpose and you're serving others properly and you are in your joy and desire, it will happen, right? It will happen.
Yes.
I have a question about manifesting because we all are very much into manifesting. We believe in it, and there's many different ways people suggest you go about it. The concept, I think, though, is there. It's about that energy. So, in your perspective, do you believe that you can manifest your desires? And how do you personally do this, specifically when you have a specific goal in mind? Let's, something tangible, let's say, could be anything. It could, new office space or a new computer, or something that you can actually physically buy. So, but you need to, like, you have to manifest it. What would be your practice for manifesting?
Um, so every day, like daily affirmations, believing that I am deserving, that I am worthy, I am going after what is meant to be for me, writing down my goals. If I need something to come into my life, writing it down and just believing it, that is basically what I've been doing, having hope and just knowing that each day is a new day to do better than yesterday and
Mm,
to keep going towards my goals and my dreams and working
I,
for it to make it
I
happen.
I love this. I really love this. And sometimes, what is your opinion? Like sometimes, like a woman will have a desire to be her own boss, and maybe she's coming from a traditional job and she's married or there's children and she's getting a little pushback. Maybe, she knows that this is her desire, it's her path, but she might have some family and friend members that are just, there's resistance. This shows up. How would you maybe suggest she deal with something in this nature where it isn't, just big cheerleaders on the sidelines, but she needs that support system? Where would she get the support system then?
Uh, Different social media Facebook groups, try to find a support system. I'm surrounding myself with other networking business owners. The last couple of years is really what helped me because when I was married, I got a lot of pushback. I was constantly being told that my dreams were never going to become a reality, that the only financial security I would ever have was through my degree as an occupational therapist because no one would ever pay me to share my story. I've been speaking and sharing my story since 2017. And by me continuing to share my story and helping people, well, I guess I've been sharing my story for the last 12 years with my patients as an occupational therapist, but up on a stage in front of an audience since 2017. And as I've continued to believe and know that that's part of my purpose and walk into it, the doors have been opened for me to be able to do this on a much bigger level. But my ex husband was constantly, this will never happen, this will never happen. Boundaries,
Yes.
boundaries.
And that's why we
And
call them ex-husbands. I had one
yes,
of those. Yeah.
so
No, it's
definitely
like,
the
right. But
boundaries and then And
Find the
then,
people that can support you, right?
yes, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it takes a while to create the boundaries like you're talking about. Sometimes that's some of the pains we have to go through. We don't have our boundaries in place. We have a whole lot of faith and trust in all. We want to overgive and love and be loved, and it's all beautiful and good. However, it can also be done with proper boundaries that are making you take care of yourself and love yourself, have that respect for yourself, so that the right people will honor that. And you'll recognize when there's potentially the wrong people, you just keep moving past them and keep going forward, right? And then I love what you said about the Facebook groups and support systems, because more often than not, our family and friends may not understand what we're doing, but that doesn't mean we're doing anything that's not fabulous. It's just a different network. And there are so many supportive groups out there that make you feel like you belong, you learn from, you're on the right track, you make beautiful friendships. And it's such a fantastic arena for us to have this online platform where people get us and we get them. And, then we're not so alone, and we know that what we're going for makes sense and we can make it happen. So, yeah, I love it. Okay, I have one more question for you. In the beginning, how did you market your new business? Like, what was one or two of the ways that you decided that you were going to go ahead and market your business?
In the beginning, and this was in the very beginning before I started going into teaching my strategies and had even realized that that was going to be a part of my business, I would do vendor events with my holistic wellness products. I would market through Facebook vendor events as well as on social media. Um, just the different ways that my products could help people to regain their lives the same way that it helped me to regain mine.
I love this. I love this. I actually have one more final question before we go. I love this interview. It's so inspiring. I know that there's so many women who will listen to the beautiful words that you said, and really you have created, I can, as you're speaking, I can hear your strategies in place. In it's clean, it's clear, it's passionate, it's focused, and you have this absolute confidence that you will get there. Like, I can tell, as if I were like just learning about you and saw this interview and listened to what you were saying, I would be like, oh wow, this is not as overwhelming, and it doesn't have to be as difficult as I'm making it. I can stop self-sabotaging and put some systems in place. I love this. So, like, if you had to give the from what you've seen, where people get in their own way, what is your number one? What is that way? What is the thing that they're doing that they get in their own way? And what would you say to them so that they can have a different approach to it?
Try to go through each day with a positive outlook. It can be so difficult, especially when you're being hit 900 times a day with negative from every direction. But
Mm.
when you can learn to flip it, flip your perspective into turning that negative into a positive, that's when you're going to see growth. Something that I have learned is that when I'm being hit with negative, or in the past when I was working a job that I was burnt out and not happy, that was my cue that I needed to keep moving forward because there was something better out there. I didn't know what
Yes.
it was. In 2017, I got let go from a position, but within 30 days, I had a new job that came completely out of nowhere that got me into a better environment, um, less burnout, back to doing what I was meant to do, which was helping my patients.
I
So
Yeah, yes.
just
It's
hope and positivity and believing in yourself. You are
Yes, and
strong enough to get through it.
I love that. And also trusting the process, that sometimes, we hold on so tight because we think, we have to be in control, and we don't want to lose something that we hold so tight that, you know, there is something to really be said about the law of letting go. I always say, let go
Yeah.
and let God. And I really
Hmm.
believe that, because especially when you're confused, especially when you can't solve something because it's not meant to be solved yet, and you can relax
Right.
about it, because it will turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. And whichever way it turns out, it's focus on it being for your better good. And you will find how there's a silver lining even in things that get lost, that you tried to hold for so long and you couldn't see that there was so much more waiting for you. But, because we're just like, we can't give up the power, and it doesn't always serve us. So that law of detachment, that's the word I was looking for. That law of detachment can really show up in almost every parts of our lives, where we getting the stress and anxious energy because we can't solve it or figure it out, and it consumes us, and it affects different parts of our lives, and you can feel it in your body, tensions. And if we can just take the practice to let go and let God, and just trust, or whatever is your connection, just let go and know that whatever shows up, you're going to make it fantastic anyway. So you can just relax about it, right? And just accept and move forward and make the best of every day, like you're saying. I love it. I love your beautiful, positive mindset. It's everything. And I am just so thankful for this beautiful interview with you today. Thank you so much. Before we sign off, just go ahead and let people know. I know we see it here, but for those that might be listening on a podcast while they're driving, maybe, and even though your links will be in the show notes, they might just be driving and not get back to the show notes. So go ahead and tell them your website link so they can learn more about you.
Go to elizabethinspires.com. You can see my bio. You can see a little bit more about my story. You can go to the resources tab to download the EI method to finding peace. It's one of my methods that I've learned to be able to incorporate daily to help me through my toughest struggles. And if you are interested in learning more about my peace program, follow me on social media. All of the links to my social media accounts are on my website. So follow me, and as that course is developed and posted on my website, I will be advertising it on social media as well.
I love this. Elizabeth, thank you so much. You truly are the name of your business. Elizabeth Inspires. You have got that absolutely correct. I feel so inspired by you, as will everybody that watches this and listens to this interview. So I'm truly thankful. And yes, I am just, I'm loving what you're doing. You're serving all the people in the best possible way, and you're such a help to them. And I think your work is just beautiful. So thank you so much for taking the time to share your story and your work and your success tips and all of this goodness with me and my audience. And yes, thank you so much. And I'm wishing you the best of everything. And all right, ladies, was that an amazing, beautiful interview? So please, send me a DM if you have any questions. Please reach out to Elizabeth at elizabethinspires.com. And I will see you soon for another interview, another success story. And like I always say, keep going forward for your dreams. Your desires are in your heart for a reason. You will get there. You will enjoy the entire process, and you will be helping so many people by living out your desires and your passions. So never give up and keep going forward. And until next time, see you soon. Bye for now. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.